Hi guys, and welcome to part 2 of the Studio Knit Knit-Along to create the Fault in Our Stars cloud shape. So let's continue on. We are ready to knit row 9. You learned a lot in part 1, so I am confident that you can complete rows 9 through 14 on your own. Please hit pause. I'm keeping the pattern on the screen. And once you have finished up row 14 and you are ready for row 15, hit play again. And rows 15 through 18 are the same deal. You know the drill. We're going to just knit all the way across 15 on 16. At the end, it's K2 together. 17, it's one cable cast on at the end. And then row 18, just knit the entire row. Let's see how it's looking. Oh my gosh, it's really coming together. Definitely can see the cloud shape. See that we've done most of the body. And we're only 23 minutes into it. So let's keep going because we are much more than halfway through. So now this is called slip knit pass stitch over. So we're slipping a stitch. All we're doing is taking it on our needle onto the right needle, and then we're going to knit, and then the last part is that we are going to pass that first slip stitch up right there. We're going to pass it over the knit stitch. This is a decrease and it slants over to the left, and after we do that one slip knit pass stitch over, we just knit 20 stitches all the way down the row. And you'll see, since I don't have to think much, I'm going a little bit faster here.
Good day is the world with you in it. A good day is a heart with no limit. Show me forever, show me forever, know me forever, oh. Know me forever, know me forever, know me forever, oh.
So here we are at row 23, and we are going to knit 18 stitches, and then when we have 2 stitches remaining on the needle, we will knit 2 together. Okay, here we are with the 2 stitches remaining on row 23, and we are going to knit those 2 together, and this gives us a right slanting decrease. Awesome! Okay, on to row 24. It's another one of our faves. It's the slip knit pass stitch over decrease. Oh, it looks so good. Okay, here we go. We are going to get our yarn ready and then we're going to slip with the yarn in front, and then I put my yarn in the back and we're going to knit into it, and then we take that slip stitch and we pass it over the knit stitch. Alright, and now to finish up row 24, we just knit 17 stitches. Now here on row 25, we are going to knit 18, and then you'll see the instructions are to knit 2 together and then to knit 2 together again. So that means we are going to knit down this row 25 until we have 4 stitches remaining on our needle.
Heart with no limit. Show me forever, show me forever, know me forever, oh. Know me forever, know me forever, know me forever, oh.
Now with the 4 stitches remaining, I'm going to try and get a nice close-up here. We have 4 stitches and we just knit 2 together twice. So here we go, we're knitting 2 together. And those last 2 we will knit together. Okay, let's try and get back into the frame. And let's see how it's shaping up. Oh, it looks really, really cute. Okay. When you're ready, it is time to start in on row 26. And on this row, both in the beginning of the row and the end of the row, we have decreases. So here on row 26, we're going to do a decrease of slip, knit, pass stitch over. So that's the slip, here's the knit, and we're going to pass stitch over, and now we're going to knit 12 stitches, and then at the end knit 2 together. Awesome! It is time now to finish up those last 2 cloud curves. So how we're going to do it is actually really simple. We are going to bind off. We're going to bind off 3 stitches. So what I do is I knit 1, I knit 2, and then I bind off. I'm counting that as 1 bind off, and then knit, bind off 2, and then knit and bind off 3, and then we're going to knit 5 stitches. Now stay with me here, because after we knit the 5 stitches, we're going to be turning our work so that all we are doing is focusing on that one side of the cloud curve. Okay, so now that we've knit those 5 stitches, it's time to turn our work, and the yarn, we just bring it to the back. Even though it's on the left needle, it'll still work for us. Now you'll see it's time for row 28, and we're going to knit 2 together. So we are creating decreases very rapidly in order to finish up. Always my favorite part. Even though I do enjoy the journey, nearing the end is always a thrill. So after you knit 2 together, we knit 4. And you'll see now we have a bit of a gap because of the bind offs and the decreases that we've done. We're not all the way straight across, so we're still going to finish up those stitches there. And let's see, I think we have 5 remaining. We're on row 29, so we are going to slip knit, pass stitch over. Alright, you're a pro at this now. Okay, and so we're going to knit 1, and then on those last 2 we're just going to knit those 2 together. Awesome! So we're going to finish up those last 3 little stitches that remain right there. Are you ready? Turn it over, get your yarn, and row 30, we're going to slip stitch with our yarn in front, slip the stitch, take the yarn to the back, and knit into it. And then from here, we are going to pass the stitch over the slip stitch and knit 1. Now to finish up, we're just going to bind off. I'm calling it bind off 1 because I like to knit 1, knit another one, and bind off. Now when we're done here, we're going to break our yarn, which means cut the yarn, so that we can finish up this cloud curve. Totally done with this. So go ahead, break the yarn, get your tapestry needle, and weave in your ends. Okay, super cute. Here we have the 1 needle remaining. You can see the cloud curve that has been completed right there. Love it. And okay, so we are going to finish up just these last 3 rows. You know the drill, so easy. We're going to bind off 1, but what we have to do, since we don't have any yarn, we're going to have to take our yarn and knit into it. There we go. Knit 1, knit 2, and then bind off right here. And then we're going to knit 3. After this, my camera actually stopped again. So row 28, I'll go ahead and pause. I'll put row 28 just in the lettering for you. And then when you're done with that, you can carry on with row 29, which is binding off 3 and being done. Thank you so much for watching Studio Knit. When you subscribe, you will receive a new knitting lesson every Monday. And thank you so much for knitting along with me. It was really fun. Bye!